Each stage, we can't just carry on without planning over 10 years, 20 years. This is the welfare model we have. I dare say there is no country in the world that provides, I wouldn't call it public housing, I'll call it national housing for 80% of the population, transfers something like $600,000 to $650,000 to the lower income, taxes you at a maximum of 20% and only taxes 31% of the population, keeps the taxes low, provides one of the top 5 education systems in the world. But is that enough? Can that be sustained? Can the current model be sustained? We looked at the figures, we looked at the aging profile, we looked at the demographics, not sustainable. So we need to now think, again, if it is next 4 years, next 8 years, I don't need to be looking at all this. But if I want Singapore to continue in 20 years, to continue to be vibrant and a place for our young people, then I need to be thinking about 20 years. And so we said, okay, what do we need? We need a strong and cohesive society. We need a dynamic, vibrant economy. We need a high-quality living environment. These are the 3 things we should identify over a 20-year period. Green spaces, mobility, preferably working and playing near home, affordable housing by the meaning of high-quality living environment. So I'm defining what we would like to see and then see how we work towards it. Jobs. Now, jobs is a serious issue because very soon we will have 40% of our population becoming graduates. We are at about 27%, push it up to 40% within the next few years. Now, people don't want to become graduates just for the sake of becoming graduates. Once they become graduates, they want jobs that they think are suitable for graduates, and an income and a progressive structure in terms of where they move. Now, imagine a society where 40% go to university, another 35–40% go to polytechnic. That's 75–80% of your population. Which economy in the world can provide 75–80% of its population with high-quality jobs? Because you know your system, your organization, every system, whether in the public service or private sector, is pyramidal. There's one CEO. Next level, there are a few more. Next level, a few more. And the base is, of course, the largest. How do you get a system where 80–85% expect to be middle management and above? But once your population is educated like that, that's what they will expect, right? And you got to plan for it, because I can't just say everyone goes to university and polytechnic, but whether you get jobs or not is not my concern. This is what it means, and this is 2030, not even 2050. 1970, you had 13 persons working in order to support one retired person. 2012, 6 persons working to support one retired person. 2030, 17 years away. If you are 25 now, you'll be 42. Prime working age. 2 persons working to support one retired person. That's how the curve looks. Scenario 3, even if you add 60,000 net immigrants every year, that's what it looks like. We are not going to get 60,000. If you have 30,000, that's the purple line. That's how bad it is. If it is 0 net migration, you're there. Terrible. By 2016, that's just 3 years away, we'll be an aged society by international definitions. Okay? That's just 3 years away. Think about this. Today, I showed you the tax slides. I showed you the economic figures. Why? If you have 6 persons working or 8 persons working to support one retired person, and we are already in a structural deficit, what do you think will happen when we have 2 persons working to support one retired person? Over the next 15 years, we are going to have 900,000 baby boomers, my generation, those who were born somewhere between 1955 and 1965, becoming retired. Today, we have more people working and less people retired. You know that by the time you are 55, you are visiting the doctor more often. Knees, even we are healthy, knees, elbows. You know, if you are slightly less healthy, you're talking about hypertension, cholesterol, heart, high blood pressure. So medical costs, as this 900,000 baby boomers become retired, will go up astronomically, will shoot up. So A, you have a declining support ratio, and B, your medical costs, among other things, are going to go up. That group of people are going to look at the government and say, you have to look after me. Regardless of whether my Medishield, Medisave, whatever, at the end of the day, you, the government, must look after me. Let's be real. And what do you think is the limit to which we can tax our younger population? That is all those people who put up their hands just now. Unfortunately, the population debate did not touch on anything that is really important for Singapore. These are the issues. Can we increase taxes threefold, fourfold? Those of you who are graduates and mobile, would you stay in Singapore or would you go to countries which offer you a tax rate of 15%? Hong Kong offers you 15%, with the hinterland of China. India is growing. Indonesia is growing at 6.5%. It's a $1 trillion economy around the region. Every country in the region is growing faster than us. We will be the slowest growing country in this region at 1 to 2%, compared with every other country that grows at 5 to 6%. With a much larger economy, much more opportunities. If we are not careful, it will create a vicious cycle. What is that vicious cycle? The best, the people who can go to the top, will leave. There will be less contribution economically to the system. It will increase the burden even more. Then you've got to increase the taxes even more. That will drive away more. If we are not careful, we will get into a vicious cycle. The task of our government is to be honest with the people and talk about these issues openly